White-tailed deer inhabit areas from South America to Canada, and they survive in habitats ranging from expansive forests to those that are nearly treeless. However, regardless of where you are in the whitetails range, they still need food, cover, and water. Understanding how deer meet these needs each season can help you locate deer and identify good locations to hunt. Deer have been recorded to eat over 600 different species of plants, but each region has a limited number of highly preferred species. Wise hunters determine the locations of the most preferred foods on the properties they hunt, and then they key in on those areas for stand locations. Locating specific food sources can really increase your odds of seeing deer while you're hunting. First, try to locate some items that deer are clearly eating. You can do this by finding evidence of browse, such as missing leaves on a small tree or bush, clipped leaves and stems on an agricultural crop, or by finding recent deer scat in an area. Once you find this evidence, you know deer have been feeding in that area, so look for other areas on the land you're hunting with similar food sources. Deer browse on the leaves of numerous species of trees, shrubs, and vines. And fortunately, many of these plants also produce fruits that deer eat. These fruits are broadly separated into hard and soft mast. Soft mast is fruit with soft fleshy bodies and includes raspberries, crab apples, persimmons, plums, and others. Hard mast is fruit with hard bodies and includes things like acorns and beech nuts. Many hunters recognize that deer like acorns and apples, but far fewer realize the sheer abundance of soft mast produced by less obvious species like dogwoods, Virginia creeper, poison ivy, and others. A quick look through a tree and shrub field manual can instantly identify the fruiting species in your area, help you select a better stand site, and increase your odds of filling your freezer with venison. Keep in mind that deer prefer different types of foods at different times of the year, and you will need to adjust your strategy to fit their preferences. Early season, they may be feeding on corn or soybeans, then switch to acorns or persimmons. Late season, they may prefer honey locust pods, standing crop fields, or woody browse found in areas like clear cuts. The more time you can spend observing deer in your area, the more you'll begin to understand where to find them at different times of the year. Food sources can be great places to hunt, and other preferred areas include travel corridors, trails, and funnels. Travel corridors are vegetated areas that facilitate deer movement between two areas. They may be a narrow strip of trees connecting two fields, a patch of brushy cover within an open hardwood forest, or countless other examples of specific plant species that encourage deer travel. Regardless of the vegetation present, travel corridors are excellent places to hunt. Aerial photos can be used to locate travel corridors and suggest potential stand sites. Follow this up with on-the-ground scouting to identify the exact location for your tree stand or ground blind. Trails are paths that deer frequently use in traveling. They can be great places to hunt, however, deer might not be using them during legal shooting hours. If hunting pressure is high or there's minimal cover, the majority of use may actually occur at night. Funnels are features within the landscape where normal deer travel gets funneled down to a much smaller and more defined path. These areas are also called bottlenecks or pinch points, and they can be exceptional places to hunt. Aerial photos and topo maps can be used to locate funnels and suggest potential stand sites. You can even create your own funnels. Food plots and agricultural fields are great food sources for deer and can be great places to hunt. From a stand site perspective, you can hunt right over the field and shoot deer as they enter it to feed. You can also hunt the trail that deer are using to get to that field. This is often preferred because deer that have been pressured may wait until after dark to actually enter those food plots and agricultural fields. The further back you can get on these trails that lead from bedding to feeding, the more daylight you're going to have on your side. The quickest way to make seeing and killing deer more difficult is to let them know they're being hunted. Hunters typically do this by spooking deer as they're going to and from their hunting stands. So try to be invisible and scentless with your entry. This alone can help you see more deer when you're hunting. Wind and scent control are extremely important to your efforts to avoid spooking deer. A deer's ability to smell is much greater than ours, and they view their world through their noses. To combat this, we need to always consider wind direction when selecting a stand site. If the wind is blowing from north to south, which is a north wind, you should select a stand site that is south of where you expect the deer to come from. Scent control involves actively working to reduce the amount of scent that you provide to deer while you're hunting. Make no mistake, you cannot eliminate your scent. However, you can help minimize it and a deer's ability to smell you. Common tactics include showering with scent-free shampoo and body wash prior to going hunting. You can wash your hunting clothes with baking soda or a commercial scent control product, then store them in a plastic bag or tote to eliminate foreign odors from contaminating them. Some hunters also purchase commercial scent control clothing that contains a charcoal-based liner to help control human scent. Once you've chosen an area to scout, look for telltale signs like trails, deer pellets, and especially for rubs and scrapes. Rubs are areas on trees where bucks have removed the bark by rubbing their antlers. Scrapes are areas of exposed dirt under an overhanging branch that deer use to communicate with other individuals. Since deer can change their patterns quickly, it is important to learn to recognize the freshest sign when scouting in season. Recognizing these differences can give you insight into how deer are using the area right now and where you could hunt that day or the next. Areas where deer spend a lot of time, either feeding or bedding, will have a lot of deer pellets or scat. Fresh scat is softer and wet looking, whereas older scat will be dry and hard. Very old scat will fall apart and look fibrous. Fresh rubs have a bright looking appearance due to the exposure of the inner bark and sapwood. They stand out from the rest of the colors around them and may have shredded bark still hanging from them or laying on the ground on top of the leaves. Very fresh rubs will still have moisture present from the sap. If you find a cluster of rubs like this in or near thick cover, there's a good chance that a buck is bedding nearby, and this could be a great spot to hunt. Fresh scrapes will be cleared of older leaves and have fresh urine in them or tracks that were dug into the wet ground and haven't dried yet. They may also have fresh foliage from the licking branch laying in them. Rubs and scrapes are visited by both bucks and does. To see if deer are using food sources, trails, rubs, or scrapes during daylight hours and which direction they are coming from, you can either observe from a distance with binoculars or, if legal in your area, hang a trail camera. These cameras are fun to use, are great for introducing new hunters to the outdoors, and can greatly assist you with your scouting efforts. They can scout for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and allow you to collect information while minimizing disturbance in the area. Scouting can be a lot of fun, and it can greatly enhance your enjoyment and success during the hunting season. For more scouting tips, visit the National Deer Association website at deerassociation.com, and good luck in the woods.
To learn more, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, or head over to www.deerassociation.com. This video is part of the official NDA Deer Hunting 101 online course with Today's Hunter. For the full course, go to www.todayshunter.com/Deer101. This Deer 101 digital series has been a Bearded Buck production.